What's going on? This Bricks. We're here with super mega producer Grizz. He done worked with some of the biggest artists in the world. We're here to talk about how he got his start in music, how he got his first placements, and what he's working on now. So Grizz, introduce yourself, tell them what you've been working on, who you've worked with.
Go Grizzly, super producer out of Atlanta. Man, I've been working with niggas like Kevin Gates, A Boogie, Uzi, Future, Nicki Minaj, pretty much anybody you can name, the baby. You know what I'm saying? Let's go on.
Plaques on plaques. So crazy story before he starts. I think me and Grizz, we worked on the same album and we both got our first plaque together, but we didn't even know each other at the time. That was your first plaque, right? The Kevin Gates Gold one.
Yeah.
So that was my first plaque. So we kind of came in the industry at the same time, and we was working around some of the same studios. We was even working in the same studio at the very beginning, but we didn't know each other. But
my father was telling me about you and shit. Hey, you gotta fuck with my nigga Bricks.
Yep.
Nigga funny as hell.
So now we probably done got 5-6 plaques together over the last 2 years. So basically tell them, Grizz, how you got your start in music. I know you got signed like right out of high school, right? So tell them like, what inspired you to start making beats, and then how did you get your start like getting placements and shit?
So I did like band and shit in middle school, and I figured I was fine at music because like I switched instruments every year, but I was put in symphonic band, which is like the good band, you know what I'm saying? So when I got into high school, I was in the magnet program for visual arts, so I couldn't do band no more. But I would see niggas come to school with their laptops and shit, making beats and all kind of shit. I'm like, what the fuck is that? They're like, it's Fruity Loops. I'm like, shit, if I had this shit on my computer, I'd be crushing these niggas. It'd be weak ass beats. So I downloaded the FL demo on my mama's desktop in her bedroom. Shout out to Mom Dukes. And shit, I just started thugging it. YouTube tutorials, trial and error. And I was just thugging it for a long time. Niggas be knocking on my door. Hey, you trying to come to this party? You trying to come outside? You trying to whoop you up? Hell no.
So you had to sacrifice?
Hell yeah, I had to sacrifice. I had to tell a lot of motherfuckers no. You know what I'm saying? Shit I normally be doing, I had to sacrifice that shit, man, because I saw the bigger picture. Even through like, you know, my mom and family didn't see what was happening in the beginning. So they would encourage me to do shit like, hey, you might want to get a job, you might want to go to school, you might, but I always know in the back of my head, if I focus on anything, it's gonna be plan A and I'm gonna stick to that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sure they see it now.
Hell yeah, now they see it. You feel me? I'm like, you the favorite. We the favorite now. You feel me?
Okay, so you was making beats in high school, and so how did that transition to you getting placements?
So I used to be in this little producer group called the Track Team.
This was in high school?
Yeah, this is in high school. Me and a couple guys, we used to, you know, make beats together, get together, cook up, what. And my manager, who's still my manager to this day, Cash, he used to work for this management firm called Lisa Davis Music Management.
I remember that.
Yeah, so they put a little tweet out. They was like, yeah, we need beats for French Montana, Lil Wayne, Rick Ross, like all the hottest artists at the time. So one of my homies had replied to the email and sent a bunch of our beats. So they're like, man, we made this beat, that beat, this beat, and that beat. And Dre made that, because at the time I was Big Dre, you know what I'm saying? So after, you know, contacting them through email back and forth, and we finally got his assistant on the phone, chopped it up with them for a minute, but the day he called me, that changed my life, man. We sat on the phone like 2 hours, he told me the realest shit I ever heard at the time. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking like I'm doing something at the time. I'm like, shit, my shit hard, what? Nah, he like, bro, if you really want this shit, like you gotta have to bust your ass.
Damn, that shit beating crazy.
That shit beating too crazy. But
so, continue.
But yeah, after you know, pretty much doing what he was telling me that I needed to do to get my shit together and being consistent, shit, I had my first deal my senior year of high school.
Damn.
Yeah, it was like 2013.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
Jeez. So
shout out to Cash.
The Kevin Gates was the first placement, or you had a placement before that?
I had a song. The first song anybody credible hopped on my beat. It's a song called Loaded by Young Thug, Jose Guapo, and Young Scooter.
Oh, that's hard.
Super hard.
I never had a Scooter
This
song.
was super early, but
Yo, what's going on, guys? I just wanted to take a few seconds and let you guys know about a free training that I'm doing. It's absolutely free. The link is down in the description. I'm going to be showing you guys how to really take your beats and turn them into a profitable career. I'm going to show you guys everything that you need to know step by step. I'm going to show you how my students have even been selling their beats, getting placements, changing their lives. I want you to be a part of the group, and I want you to take advantage of the free training. It's a free class. Click the link in my bio. Now look, let's get back to the video.
yeah, everybody at school knew the song, so I was pretty lit.
Right.
But
I can imagine.
Yeah, after I signed my deal though, that's when I started working with niggas like Kevin and shit like that. So that really started amplifying shit, like his music videos dropping, this real content and shit. So I'm like, damn, this is exciting. And after that, that's when shit like 3 times in a row started coming out.
That was a banger.
That was a banger in the club, Booty Club King.
Yeah.
And I started doing shit like Thick.
Ooh, that was a
You know what
banger.
I'm saying? Booty Club King again. So
Yeah.
it's like, just throughout, being the young nigga, I was like the youngest nigga in the game. I just learned a lot and built a lot of relationships. That's really what got me as far as I am today, is building relationships, to be honest. You know what I'm saying?
Because you worked on damn near every single Kevin Gates project.
For sure. And that's because we got our own personal relationship, you know what I'm saying? It's one thing, like, dealing with the label and they set shit up, but it's good to build your own relationship with these artists so you don't have to depend on nobody. You got the direct source, you know what I'm saying?
So my question is gonna be is, you got the original placement through email,
Yeah.
and you converted that email into an actual relationship. How was that process?
Either it came from email or, hey, I need you to pull up to this session.
Okay, so he was in Atlanta.
Yeah, he was in Atlanta for a while. You know what I'm saying? And, I linked up with him and, we started building chemistry from then. And then I continued to pull up on him. And shit, we ended up making a lot of records together that way.
So my question is, you had only did 1 record on that album, right?
The first album?
Yeah.
I did 4.
Oh, you did 4? Because in my mind I was like, okay, a bunch of niggas did records on the album, but what was it about you that made him be like, oh, I want to come get in the studio with him?
He liked my beats.
Yeah, and you did 4 of them.
Yeah.
See,
He tell me all the time, he like, man, when I hear your shit,
Yeah.
it do something to my soul. I hear that Go Grizzly, it do something to my soul. He'll tell you. So it just, I apparently was making that sound that was resonating with him. You know what I'm saying? So he gravitated to my shit a lot. And it's always been like that.
I didn't even know you did 4 on the album. Goddamn. That was my first placement. I always tell that story. I made that beat right in the spot on his face.
Yeah.
Not on his face, pause. In the face. Okay, so cool.
Yo, this is Bricks. I want to ask you guys a question. If you could get all of my sounds, all of my midis, all of my drums, all of my melodies for just $1, would you do it? Well, that's what I'm doing today. Go ahead, click the link in my bio, and you're gonna get all of my sounds for $1. You're gonna download all my melodies, all my midis, my drum kits, the hardest 808s, the hardest snares, everything for just $1. But check this out. Not only am I doing that, I'm gonna give you my all-white Bricks drum kit for $1. And I'm also gonna give you my ebook, Brick by Brick. This is my audio book where I'm teaching you guys how I came from absolutely nothing and worked with the biggest artists in the world and became a multimillionaire from my beats. I'm doing this all for you guys for $1 for a limited time.
So cool. You got the Kevin Gates, and that kind of opened the door for you to work with APG or Atlantic, or that was you started getting other placements.
No,
and came
when I
back to
signed, the crazy thing is, when I signed my first deal with APG, I didn't have any placement. I started getting placements because I was signed to APG.
So you an advocate for signing deals?
Yeah, especially if it makes sense for you. You know what I'm saying? If you gotta have no relationship, you know what I'm saying? You don't got bread to back yourself or no resources. Hell yeah, if it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? I don't encourage anybody to sign anything that's gonna, put you in a situation that's gonna bite you in the ass in the long run. But that's why it's important to have a good team to start out with. That's the first step. Build you a team.
Okay, who are the people in this team? And why do you have them?
Good management.
Why do you need that?
You need good management because he's the one who's gonna take care of the business for you. Us as creators, we don't want to have to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? So a good manager is gonna not only be able to educate you on the business side of the music industry, but also go out and build relationships himself and open the door for you to get more placements. You know what I'm saying? Whether that's sending packs out, whether that's taking meetings with A&Rs, whether that's, you know what I'm saying, taking meetings with different lawyers to help facilitate that, to know what's the best lawyer. Like, a good manager is gonna wear a lot of different hats. You know what I'm saying? But you need a good manager and you need a good attorney, definitely. You know?
And how do you find that attorney? Because I get that question all the time.
Mm-hmm. How do you find that attorney? That's a challenge, I ain't gonna lie.
I'll give you my answer. So how I find my attorney is find other producers that got attorneys.
Yeah, exactly. That's pretty much. Exactly. Yeah. Well, finding a good attorney is you normally come across a good attorney through the grapevine. Like, you know, when you got relationships with other producers or other people in music, you get to asking questions like, hey, who's your attorney? Who's handling this business? Or do your own research. You can look this shit up. Like, who is doing the deals for such and such? If this is your lane, you might want to fuck with somebody like that because they understand, you know, what it is you're trying to accomplish. But that's essential. You need that because, you know, a lot of people get bit in the ass because they sign shit that they're not reading or they're not understanding. And that's when you get fucked up in the long run. But I do encourage people to sign deals. As long as it makes sense.
I always said, when you find an attorney, don't take the attorney that the label provides for you.
Yeah, hell no. That's a conflict of interest, man.
It is super.
You gotta create your own system of checks and balances like the fucking president, man. So you gotta have your own this, your own that, so everybody can check each one. Nobody's in cahoots with each other and nothing like that.
A lot of under the table pay.
Man, there's motherfuckers who, that's my manager, my attorney, my publicist, my A&R, my everything. It's one nigga like, hell no. You in control of too much of your bag, sir.
So, how long you been making beats so far?
I started 2010, so 12 years total, start to finish.
All right, Grizz, thanks for coming through, man.
I got it.
Dropping
Appreciate
some
your
jams.
man.
We really about to go right back in the studio, so y'all can follow us there. Let's get it.